Joshua is at the top level, and my heart tells me that he will beat Klitschko. I still believe that Father Time is at Klitschko's door, but I think he still has a little bit left in him. It was an embarrassment that he got beat by Tyson Fury. You're looking at a champion who ruled the division for a decade and all of a sudden you get a loss. Just describing it in my situation being undefeated, if I had a loss, my heart would go to my stomach. So imagine if I was champion for a decade. It would be the lowest feeling of the low. AJ is young, strong, just as tall, and most of the time in those situations the young guy prevails. Sometimes when you get dethroned, it's best to stay away. The young guy is fresh, he's studied you, he knows every move that you have. So you may think that you still have it, but your body and mind is too slow. It's going to be an interesting fight. Overall, it's good for the division. I'm glad this fight is happening and make sure you all look forward to see me take on the winner. Those are the words of WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. Very interesting comments as far as I'm concerned. One of the things he said there, which people might take the wrong way, and this is just my interpretation of it, is the part where he says that Klitschko losing to Fury was an embarrassment. Some people will take that as him insulting Fury by implying that Fury is not very good. How could Klitschko lose to this guy? I don't think that's the way that Deontay Wilder meant it. Wilder at the end of the day is, not to be derogatory here, but he is from the South in the United States, and he comes across a lot of the time as a stereotypical person from the South, a country bumpkin, all right, for lack of a better term. And such people are not usually the most eloquent. They're not usually the best with words. And if you've ever seen a Deontay Wilder interview, I'm sure most of you have, you'll know that he's not the most eloquent person out there. He does speak very country. So anyway, I don't think he was saying that Fury's a poor fighter and Klitschko losing to him was embarrassing in that sense. No, I think he meant that Klitschko was a very proud champion. And so him losing a fight, being such a proud champion for so long, he would have felt embarrassed. I think that's what Deontay Wilder meant there. Just my interpretation. The rest of what he said, very interesting stuff where he talks about the fact that Vladimir Klitschko in his mind might believe he can beat Anthony Joshua, but his body and his reflexes and so on and so forth might be saying something different when he actually gets in the ring. And that is the problem with fighters. That's why fighters are normally the last people to admit when it's over. Because in their mind, they still think they've got it. But when they get in the ring, they clearly haven't got it. You know, and people around them can see it, but they themselves can't seem to see it, or at least can't seem to admit it, because it was an old adage. They used to say that the fighter is the last person to know when they're finished. But somebody added on to that at some point in history, and they said, no, the fighter is actually the first person to know that they're finished, but they're the last person to admit it. Yeah, deep down, this is the thinking that the fighter actually knows that he's not the same, but his ego won't allow him to admit it. So, yeah, Wilder touches on that, which is interesting. And, I think just an astute observation from Deontay Wilder. And I'd actually like to see the video version of this interview because I'm reading it from boxingscene.com to put it all in context as far as how it was all said. So let me know what you think about his comments here, and let me know about your feelings on this fight. You see Joshua winning? You see Klitschko winning? Do you think Father Time is caught up with Vladimir Klitschko? Do you agree with Wilder that Joshua's going to win? And obviously Wilder, he's talking about his heart tells him that Joshua will beat Klitschko. But I've also seen him say that his head tells him that Klitschko's going to win. So he's going with his head rather than his heart. He wants Joshua to win because I think he sees more flaws in Joshua than he sees in Klitschko, for one. And also, in terms of box office, in terms of money, I think a Wilder-Joshua unification is bigger than Wilder-Klitschko. I think that two young guys, two undefeated guys unifying that is way more marketable. And one of them is from the United Kingdom. The other one is from the United States, both English-speaking countries. The promotion could go into overdrive and they could just do crazy numbers. Heavyweight boxing generally does better numbers than lower weights. I know you've got the likes of Mayweather and Canelo and all those kind of people, but historically, more often than not, heavyweight boxing does the best numbers. I know, again, Mayweather and Pacquiao and all that, they may have records at the moment, but I expect those records to be broken in future by heavyweights. Yeah, there are always exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, heavyweights are where it's at when it comes to numbers. So, yeah, let me know what you think about Deontay Wilder's comments here. Drop it all in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.